Good morning. Welcome to Handmade by Julia Quinn. This is the last of my 3 projects featuring ways to use your markers as a way of adding colour to projects. And this project here features markering just by drawing lines on a piece of paper just to create more interest. And I'm also featuring the Vintage Christmas stamp set, which coordinates with the Vintage Bottle Punch, and the Very Best Occasions stamp set, which does have a coordinating the Very Best Trio Punch, but I'm just using a couple of the Happy Birthday and the Sending You Smiles greetings for the inside of my card. I have prepared my card here, and I've put my score line offset off the centre so that I could add that little bit of extra colour down the side there. All right, so, and I've also used, now this paper is no longer available as of today. This was our celebration paper, which conveniently has some lines you can just follow along. And then I've got my piece of cardstock for inside and my Pear Pizzazz for the edge of my card there. Okay, so let's just begin by creating those lines. Now, my card features the Pear Pizzazz marker, and I'm also using Daffodil Delight and Orchid Oasis. So I'm tempted to try using the Orchid Oasis marker for this card just to see what the different, and I'm just drawing in between the lines. I'm not worried about whether it's straight, just having a relaxed hand and just drawing the lines. Oops. Nearly not quite making it to the ends. And if I do actually accidentally go on the gold foil, hey Monica, thank you for joining me. If I do go on the gold foil, because of the foil, it resists the ink. So that's a bit of a fun effect as well. All right, almost there. This one's a lot darker, so it'll have much more of an impact than the Pear Pizzazz did. I'm going to just put this away this way. And then, because I've been practicing with the other way, I'm just continuing with a little tartan pattern, which has that lovely gold effect in it. There we go. I think that'll do. How's that look? All right, we'll set that one aside. And then I've got my circle, and I'll start my stamping for the inside of my card. As always, I decorate the insides of my cards. So I'll start with my vintage bottle first. Just pop you guys out of the way. My lovely vintage bottle and the Pear Pizzazz ink. And I'll put this up the side of my card here for the inside. And while I'm stamping my Pear Pizzazz, I'm going to stamp another bottle here on a scrap piece of paper that I'll punch out for the front of my card. Okay, there we go. That's that one done. Now, next on my inside, now I will be using that Pear Pizzazz again for my leaves, but I want to stamp the flowers first for that one. And this is the bunch of flowers. Now, on my 2 cards here that I have made so far, if you have a look at the flowers, I stamped this one with the flowers that way, and then I stamped that one the other way, and that actually was the wrong way because these little purple ones, when they stamp, were in the wrong direction. So it actually is quite directional, this stamp, if you're using this one, and you want to do the 2-step process where they all line up. So I'll just practicing on my inside card first, and then I'm also going to stamp on my circle right here where I've already got a little spot from my fingers. Okay, that's all of my Daffodil Delight done. Next, I'm going to use my Orchid Oasis, which has the centres of the flowers. I don't need to do that quite so much on this one, but has the centres of the flowers. So we've got a large one there, and then 2 more flower centres, and then these other little lavendery looking things. And just stamp that like that. Okay, and I will stamp this on this one so that I get the lovely purple effect there. And last of, oh, while I've got my Orchid Oasis, I'll stamp my happy birthday. Now, I think I'll have it that way. Happy birthday. All the people whose have birthdays in September probably will get a card that looks just like this. See, I've made a few by now. Okay, that's my Orchid Oasis all done. And last of all is my Pear Pizzazz again, and the greenery, which sort of fits around like that. Okay, that's that one done. And then on the front, I'm going to pop some there, and then I want a little bit over this side here, so I might sort of just do it like that, because I'm going to cover that up with some other flowers. So I'll cover up those bits. There we go. Okay, I think that's the stamping all done. Now it's up to putting the card together. There's my glue. First of all, I'll do the inside of my card. I've got my little strip of Pear Pizzazz here. I'll put that right on this outside edge with a tiny little border all the way around. Oh, a little bit more of a border. There we go. And then my inside panel for the card. And basically that's all about stamping on the inside panel. And I'm just overlapping that Pear Pizzazz, as you can see up there. There you go. So there's the inside of the card done. Now's the test to see how we go with the tartan markering done with the Orchid Oasis. See if it's too bright for what we want to do. There we go. I'll punch out my vintage bottle. And I'm also going to punch a little spot here for where my bottle can be popped onto here. Okay, so I'll adhere my bottle onto my card here, and then on the back of my circle, get some dimensionals, a whole bunch of them, pull you apart. Oops. And there. It's used up all of that sheet. And layer you right over the top of my bottle there. Okay. There we are. Wow, it looks so different with the orchid in the background, doesn't it? It's incredible. Okay, now I have done some fussy cutting of the little flowers here. So I'm just going to get some dimensionals for them. I have to find another sheet now. Excuse me, rummaging around. Okay, there's one there. I'll pop that on that one there. There we go. There's another one. I'm curling it a little bit just with my fingers just to give it a bit of extra dimension. And this is the one I'm going to pop over the top of my fernery there. And then this little guy is too small for that dimensional, so I've just got to chop him in half. Pop this on the back there. And put you there. And then with some of the white Baker's Twine. Baker's Twine comes in this really great essentials pack, which has black and white and vanilla and Crumb Cake and Basic Grey, which is really useful. And this is the white one here. I've just doubled it over to tie my bow so that I get a fuller bow there. And then I'm going to use a mini glue dot to stick that one on there, because mini glue dots are my favourite. There you go. I might have to, goodness gracious, fix up those tails. Didn't measure that too well, did I? Okay. And finally, some gorgeous iridescent rhinestones. And how could you not love iridescent rhinestones? Just to give you some extra chutzpah, pizzazz, bling, sparkle. And one up the top. And another one there. Oops. There we go. What do you think? Which one's your favourite? I think for my money, but if you know me, you know I'm a big, huge fan of green, and purple's not my colour at all because I wore it to school. I love the green, but I know people who do love purple, and hopefully they'll like that when they receive that, when I post that to them. I hope you've enjoyed that. Push them up. I'm sorry, I always get it too far close to me. There you go. There's your inspiration today. Another way to use your markers. Bye-bye now.